Hey, what's up? It's Dr. Doobie back again with yet another stream. What is poppin', everybody? Oh, man, it's nice to be back here doing yet another stream. I know that I am a little bit late. Also, I feel bad because I didn't announce this on Discord as early as I usually do. But I was busy hanging out with siblings and things, so I'm not going to feel too bad about doing that. But yeah, we have a very interesting stream today. We might have, I think, a guest on later tonight. I think Mr. Pizza said that he wanted to talk about his the state of his YouTube channel and stuff. So the invitation is always open for him to hop onto the stream to talk about the state of his channel. We've also got a potential civil war. I mean, we don't know that this is necessarily going to turn into a hot conflict, but we do have a cold conflict between Texas and its allies and the federal government. So that seems very, very interesting. I don't want to, make people overly scared. We have no hot conflict, but it is still rather interesting. So we've got that whole situation going on. Also, apparently the RNC is just going to give the nomination to Donald Trump without going through the proper process of picking a nominee. That's rather interesting as well. It's certainly not good news, but it's also interesting. And Nikki Haley has basically no GOP support. And also is losing the support of the people who supported her the most, which is donors with lots of money. So that's going to be devastating for her. So a lot of interesting topics, a lot of interesting stories that we have for you today to cover and to talk about. I think it's going to be a good stream. It's going to be a little bit of a short one, I think. I have a hard break coming up at 10 p.m. I really should get a studio set up for maybe like an after show if that's necessary. But I don't have that set up quite yet. I think I did tell you guys I was going to work on that. I haven't set it up yet though. So, but without further ado, I think that it is certainly about time for us to go ahead and get into the first topic of the stream today, which is actually a rather interesting one and I think a rather important one as well. It could also be relatively historic, but we don't know yet. We'll have to see. But are we headed towards a civil war? Like, I don't like to get ahead of myself like, Tim Pool and others like to do. But it certainly seems like we have some battle lines drawn. Here we've got all of the states that are aligning with Texas. Tim Pool did well to point out that A24 did get their map wrong. But if you're confused as to what this is all about, well, this should be a rather succinct explanation of what's happening.
Texas is not backing down in its fight against the Biden administration over the border. The state is in a legal battle over its use of razor wire along the border. Meantime, a plan in Congress to deal with the border looks like it's going to fail. There are reports it lost support from Senate Republicans. Fox's Rebecca Castor reports.
And one of the strongest acts of defiance for a modern-day governor, Greg Abbott has declared the border crisis an invasion and invoked Texas's constitutional right to self-defense.
The authors of the Constitution knew there would be times when the federal government would not live up to its duty. Texas has a right as a state to stop criminals from coming into our state.
So if you guys are not familiar with this whole case, essentially Texas has been sort of upset with how Customs and Border Patrol has been handling the situation at the border, because they basically been saying illegal immigrants can just walk right through. Literally, CPB or CBP, I don't know. Customs and Border Patrol is no longer there to keep illegal immigrants out. They're now there to let them in and then guide them towards shelter and other amenities in the United States. And, after a while, Texas has kind of gotten fed up with it in part because they're sort of running out of the capacity to house all of these individuals who are just coming in unabated in an unregulated fashion into the United States. So, he started shipping people out over to sanctuary cities and sanctuary states like New York. And now, as many people are saying, immigration is no longer a no, they're not saying that. What people are now saying, and I think kind of rightly so, is that basically every state is a border state now, because people aren't just going into border states and then just sticking around. They're now going into border states and then being sent to various states that are not border states, just because Texas doesn't really have the capacity to just have in unlimited amounts of immigrants. So that is very tense because, Greg Abbott has wanted to put in barriers to, like, physical barriers that prevent migrants from arriving into Texas. And the federal government has tried to stop them at every turn. Now, the federal government has basically had a big legal W, because the Supreme Court basically said that it is up to the federal government how the national border is handled, and Greg Abbott or anyone in Texas does not have the right to overrule what the federal government wants to do. But Greg Abbott, and I think probably rightly, I don't know, I don't have the biggest grasp on constitutional law, but I would say probably rightly, is saying, well, no, I have the right to determine how many, how immigration is handled here in the state of Texas. That's led to some very tense things, right? He's put up a bunch of razor wires to keep illegal immigrants out. And then, Customs and Border Patrol are coming over and they're cutting down that same wire. So it's a very, very tense situation.
Losing trust in Biden's border agents, the Texas National Guard has taken over control of one area of the border popular for illegal crossings. There's also been debate about the use of razor wire to stop migrants, with the Supreme Court giving approval Monday for the Biden admin to start cutting the wire.
It's not making people's lives safer. It's actually making it harder for law enforcement at the border to do their job.
Despite
That's interesting. See, I thought it was law enforcement's job to enforce the law. If you're crossing into the United States illegally, enforcing the law would be either detaining or repelling the people who are coming into the country. I mean, that just seems natural. That just seems accurate to me. So that's like a very bewildering take. Also, some people are saying that Karine Jean-Pierre, she did additionally say that it's not making anyone safer, and that is puzzling as well, because while I don't think there's like necessarily a linear correlation, and I should probably research this before I say anything about it, but I don't know that there's a linear correlation between illegal immigrants coming into the country and violence or murders or things like that. I will say, I do think that there is a troubling amount of violence that has been committed by specifically gang-related illegal immigrants, people who are members of cartels. But, it's not, I don't think it's necessarily accurate to say that, it doesn't make people in the country safer if you stop illegal immigration. I don't necessarily understand that take.
It's actually making it harder for law enforcement at the border to do their job.
Despite the legal blow, Abbott says Texas will hold the line, while in Washington, lawmakers continue to hash out an immigration reform package.
We have the outlines of a deal. We've had it for several days. It's 90+% written.
But will passing it rely on approval from former President Donald Trump? As insiders suggest, some Republicans don't want to lose their top issue during election season.
I don't agree on that, and the reason I don't agree on that is, one, we have a constitutional responsibility to be able to protect the country and its safety. The things that are in this bill, Donald Trump would actually want to be able to have as president on this.
Right now, further emergency aid for Ukraine is contingent on new border policy being passed. In Washington, Rebecca Castor, Fox 4 News.
Yeah, so it's very interesting. And here's the whole list, by the way, because I'm sure many of the viewers here are in the United States. You can check and see whether or not your state representative, state governor, is in support of Greg Abbott, because actually they drafted this joint statement here announcing that they are aligned with Greg Abbott and want to support him in his fight against the federal government. Washington, D.C. This is from RGA.org, by the way, Republican Governors Association. 25 Republican governors released the following joint statement in support of Texas Governor Greg Abbott and Texas's constitutional right to self-defense. The statement comes as the Biden administration continues to attack Texas and refuses to take action or responsibility for the crisis at the southern border. Quote, President Biden and his administration have left Americans in our country completely vulnerable to unprecedented illegal immigration pouring across the southern border. Instead of upholding the rule of law and securing the border, the Biden administration has attacked and sued Texas for stepping up to protect American citizens from historic levels of illegal immigrants, deadly drugs like fentanyl, and terrorists entering our country. I do want to point out that I think that the fentanyl is probably the deadliest part of the illegal immigration, not necessarily the immigrants themselves. Some are violent, but I think the majority are not. I just want to make that clear. We stand in solidarity with our fellow governor, Greg Abbott, and the state of Texas in utilizing every tool and strategy, including razor wire fences, to secure the border. We do it in part because the Biden administration is refusing to enforce immigration laws already on the books and is illegally allowing mass parole across America of migrants who entered our country illegally. The authors of the U.S. Constitution made clear that in times like this, states have a right to self-defense under Article 4, Section 4, and Article 1, Section 10, Clause 3 of the U.S. Constitution. Because the Biden administration has abdicated its constitutional compact duties to the states, Texas has every legal justification to protect the sovereignty of our states and our nations. Signatories include Governor Kay Ivey of Alabama. Is that Alabama? Yeah, Alabama. Governor Mike Dunleavy of Arkansas. Governor Sarah Sanders of Arizona. AR. What's AR? I don't know what Arkansas. I don't know what AR is. Governor. That's actually pretty bad. No, sorry. Governor. No, I think I get it. Governor Mike Dunleavy is AK is Alaska, I think. Governor Sarah Sanders of Arkansas, Governor Ron DeSantis of Florida, Governor Brian Kemp of Georgia, Governor Brad Little of Idaho, Governor Eric Holcomb of Indiana, Governor Kim Reynolds of Iowa, Governor Jeff Landry of Louisiana, Governor Tate Reeves of Mississippi, Governor Mike Parsons of Missouri, Governor Greg Gianforte, I guess that's how you say it, of Montana, I think that is, Governor Jim Pillen of Nebraska, Governor Joe Lombardo of Nevada, Governor Chris Sununu of New Hampshire, that's an interesting one, Governor Doug Burgum of North Dakota, Governor Mike DeWine of Ohio, Governor Kevin Stitt of Oklahoma, Governor Henry McMaster of South Carolina, Governor Kristi Noem of South Dakota, Governor Bill Lee of Tennessee, Governor Spencer Cox of Utah, Governor Glenn Youngkin of Virginia, Governor Jim Justice of West Virginia, and Governor Mark Gordon of Wyoming. So they all banded together like the characters in Trolls. Now, it's really interesting because it's we don't really know how far this is going to go. Will this spill into violence? We're not entirely sure. And to what extent will those other states support Texas? We're not sure about that either. Now, Greg Abbott did put out a statement after he lost that Supreme Court battle. He says, we can win. Now, he responded to that completely, uninformed. I guess he does say uninformed. He does, kind of like respond to that, just awful and I think deceptive response by Karine Jean-Pierre. So let's see. Abbott fired back on America's Newsroom Thursday, calling it a, quote, very uninformed comment on her part. There's really only one person in America not doing their job, and that's the President of the United States, who's not enforcing immigration laws. Well, apparently Mayorkas is in charge of handling the border as well, and he also has not been doing anything, so it's not entirely Joe Biden directly. You can't say it's just Joe Biden. Also, as she has already been called out in the president and other Democrats in media, they have cast a false narrative about some people dying on the border that apparently Texas denied Border Patrol access to. That's been completely debunked. The U.S. Supreme Court sided with the Biden administration on Monday in a case. So we've already gone through all that already. So it's fascinating to see in which direction this goes. Will this turn into some sort of hot conflict? Will this turn into some sort of civil war? We're not really sure. Hopefully that this is something where the federal government will just acquiesce, but they don't really seem that keen on doing that. So if there's any sort of resolution to it, it's not seeming like it's going to be the federal government backing down unless it's through threat of force. Now, we don't know if there's going to be some sort of threat of force. We also don't know if Greg Abbott is eventually going to back down. Hopefully he doesn't, but we will have to see. So hopefully this does not turn into some sort of hot conflict. Hopefully the federal government reverses course. I'm not sure that this will happen, but I think that would probably be the best option here. I am pro-migration, but the only migration I support is legal migration. If you want to change which people can come into the United States of America, then maybe you should change the law, right? Make it illegal for these people to come in to the United States of America in the ways that they are arriving. Without that, arrest the people who are breaking the law. Just do that. That is how the United States should operate. This is how a nation of laws, of law and order operates and behaves. And I think it's a bit odd that there's any expectation that we do anything other than that. But yeah, that's a crazy story. We have a couple other interesting stories too. So for all of the, I guess, yapping, to borrow the TikTok term, that Democrats use when talking about Republicans or Trump and destroying democracy, and also, despite the fact that, Democrats themselves have been the ones who were, removing Donald Trump's name from the ballots, for example, in various states for their primary elections. And also, I think they even removed Joe Biden's name from some ballots, if I'm not mistaken, on certain primaries as well, specifically because they weren't necessarily sanctioning them. That's a big part of it. Despite all of that, we actually finally have some proof of the Republican Party actually opposing democracy. Maybe not being the way that you think. So this is coming from NBC News here, but they're saying, here's the headline. The RNC is weighing a resolution to declare Trump its presumptive nominee. This is absolutely unprecedented, by the way. This is bonkers. So here we have the byline. The move which Trump asked the RNC not to do. Oh, it's interesting that he asked Trump not to do, that Trump asked the RNC not to do this. That surprises me. Because I would think this is the type of thing that Donald Trump would want. That's a bit odd. The move, which Trump asked the RNC not to do, comes as Nikki Haley vows to continue on in the 2024 race after decisive wins in Iowa and New Hampshire. The Republican National Committee could move next week to declare former President Donald Trump the, quote, presumptive 2024 nominee, end quote, for the party's presidential nomination. That's insane. A draft resolution anointing Trump and obtained by NBC News from two sources has been circulating among RNC members who could vote on it at their winter meeting in Las Vegas. The resolution asserts in part that, quote, all evidence negates the possibility of a mathematical path forward to the 2024 Republican nomination by any candidate other than President Trump, our presumptive nominee, end quote. The document also maintains that the RNC has, quote, impartially supported the caucus/primary processes nationwide to provide a level playing field, end quote, and sponsored, quote, robust issues-focused debates, end quote, to help GOP voters assess the field. The resolution leaves out the fact that Trump skipped all of those debates, which is a very, very important factor, right? The debates are one of the primary, and I think, the biggest events in the entire presidential campaign. And for Donald Trump to skip those sort of, I think, undermined the entire process in a degree. Actually, hold on. Apparently, Trump made a Truth Social post about it. Oh, wow. Wow. This is coming straight from him. This is not hearsay. This is not hearsay at all. coming straight from him. Quote, while I greatly appreciate the Republican National Committee, RNC, wanting to make me their presumptive nominee, and while they have far more votes than necessary to do it, I feel, for the sake of party unity, that they should not go forward with this plan, but that I should do it the, quote, old-fashioned, end quote, way, and finish the process off at the ballot box. Thank you to the RNC for the respect and devotion you have shown me, Trump 2024. This is an incredible turn of events. Hold on. RNC Chair Ron McDaniel has telegraphed a desire to unite around Trump of his dominance of early caucuses and primaries continues. Quote, if President Trump comes out strong tonight, that's a clear message being sent to our primary voters, end quote. McDaniel said in a statement to NBC News before the New Hampshire results came in Tuesday, quote, Republicans know that if we're not united as a party behind our nominee, we won't be able to beat Biden, end quote. Well, I mean, Ronna McDaniel has not shown that she is great at winning elections in the first place. So I don't know that we should be trusting her analysis that much on this. Following Trump's victory Tuesday, McDaniels told Fox News, I'm looking at the map and the path going forward, and I don't see it for Nikki Haley. And no one sees it for Nikki Haley. I mean, I see a path for Nikki Haley, but it's not an electoral one. It's not an electoral one. I actually do think it is highly possible that something happens to Trump, or Trump dies or is deposed or something, and is unable to become the GOP nominee or carry on that torch, to make it to the presidential election, like the general election. So I do think it is important for there to be some sort of backup. I would much rather that backup be someone like Ron DeSantis, who I have problems with, but I think his policies are better than Nikki Haley's. So I just think it is better to have some sort of Republican fallback, though, than to have no fallback and then just go back to 4 more years of Joe Biden, or probably more like 2 more years. We'll have to see how things shape out. But wow, this whole situation is shocking. I think this makes the Republican Party, now maybe not some of the supporters, because I don't think that this plan has support among a lot of Republicans, but I think that this makes Republicans kind of lose some high ground when it comes to democracy. I mean, before, I think Republicans did have some high ground when it came to talking about democracy, because the Democrats have been undermining the integrity of elections, right, by like not requiring voter IDs, for example, or photo IDs in order to vote. They kind of been pushing for things with like mail-in ballots, where there have been problems with that. They've been pushing for increasingly digitizing the electoral process, where we do know that there are some issues with that, where it's either like the machines being able to be hacked, or it's just the machines not always working all the time. Failure rates. They've even like hijacked their own, I think, nomination process. If I remember correctly, like I could be wrong, but didn't like Bernie Sanders get his nomination basically stolen from him in 2016? like, like the Republican, for all the talking that the Democratic Party does about democracy, they don't really like it very much. That said, again, here, the Republican Party is kind of showing that maybe they don't entirely care either. Now, to be fair, is Donald Trump going to be the GOP nominee? If he lives to rue the day, then yes, he will be. But if not, it might have to be someone like Nikki Haley. You never know. So I do wish, just like Donald Trump, that we just played this out the old-fashioned way. Let people cast their votes, right? Imagine if you didn't even get to vote for Donald Trump or against Donald Trump. And who knows, maybe something drastic happens where Donald Trump says some crazy thing, and all of a sudden people are just like, no, I don't like him anymore. And then that just turns the tide and everyone starts going against him. That could happen. It's not likely, but it could happen. I think you need to, just continue through the democratic process until things come to their natural conclusion. Look, if at the end of the day Donald Trump is going to be the nominee, then just let him become the nominee through the normal way. There's no need to change the system in order to make him become the nominee faster. That doesn't really do anyone much good. So, Ronna McDaniel, the queen of making smart and wise decisions while running the RNC, probably needs to reconsider this one because, even if this one's popular, I think that this could undermine the GOP nomination process in ways I think it will be very damaging moving forward. That's a crazy story. That story is like, that's bonkers. Oh man. So there are interesting things happening with Nikki Haley support. And none of these things are really showing that Republicans are supporting Nikki Haley. You know who is supporting Nikki Haley? There are two groups that are supporting Nikki Haley: rich donors and Democrats. Very, very interesting. So the first headline that we have here is 70% of Haley voters in New Hampshire were not registered Republicans. So this is according to a CNN exit poll. 7 in 10 voters supporting Nikki Haley in the New Hampshire GOP primary were not registered Republicans, according to a CNN exit poll. The poll found 70% of voters who backed Haley in the primary Tuesday were undeclared or independent, while 27% were Republicans. Oh, hold on. Undeclared? Sorry. So, my bad. Nikki Haley did not have 70% Democratic support. She had 70% non-Republican support. So 70% were undeclared or independent. So they weren't even Democrats, apparently. Interesting. But now, to be fair, New Hampshire, I think, is a purple state, so that says something as well. The breakdown for former President Trump's support in the primary was the exact opposite, according to the exit poll. It found that 70% of Trump voters were registered Republicans, while 27% were undeclared and 3% were previously registered unregistered as voters. Voters in New Hampshire do not need to register as Republicans to vote in the GOP primary, but they cannot be registered Democrats. So if it was a completely open primary and Nikki Haley could have gotten votes from Democrats, she very well could have beat Donald Trump. I would not be shocked if that's what happened. That's interesting. So I think this shows what a lot of pundits and people online have been saying for quite a while, which is that Republicans don't really like Nikki Haley. Nikki Haley is the Republican that Democrats wish they had instead of Joe Biden. And I think this is why, and I think pretty much everyone has been acknowledging this is why we've been seeing numbers where Nikki Haley easily beats Joe Biden in a head-to-head matchup. Absolutely trounces him. It's not necessarily that she's such a strong candidate, but it's just that, she is liked by many people who are sort of like disaffected Joe Biden voters, and Republicans and conservatives are not going to have anywhere else to go. Look, in a head-to-head between Nikki Haley and Joe Biden, where are Trump supporters going to go? They're not going to vote for Joe Biden. They might stay home, but they're certainly not going to vote for Joe Biden. So a Nikki Haley versus Joe Biden matchup is going to be extremely easy for Nikki Haley to win. But, I think this also shows the massive flaw of the massive flaw of Nikki Haley and her campaign is that she appeals primarily to Democrats. And, appealing to Democrats ain't bad if we're trying to become president of the United States, but it does make it difficult if we're trying to get the nomination of the Republican Party. Because, look, if you're appealing primarily to Democrats and you're running to get the GOP nomination, how can you do that if you're running the type of campaign that's making Joe Biden supporters say, oh, man, that's dope, and make Republicans being like, I think I'm going to pick Trump instead. Like, that is a sign that you are running the wrong campaign for the wrong political party. So that is, I think, a bit unfortunate because it shows that Nikki Haley is not going to do that well in primaries where you have to be registered as a Republican. But that's not all in troubling news behind Nikki Haley's support, because we also have this headline here, and this was from Reuters. When I was a kid, I used to think this was spelled Reuters. Haley raises $1 million since Trump donor warning, but loses 2 prominent funders. So massive big money donors who are by far Nikki Haley's biggest supporters, presumptively. She has lost a couple of those people. So it's metals magnate and Haley donor Andy Sabin said in an interview the Republican race was now essentially over, given Haley was not able to pull off an upset in the New Hampshire primary on Tuesday. Haley needs to drop out, Sabin said late on Wednesday. Regardless of what anyone tells you, her money is going to dry up. Why would you fund someone who you know has no chance? Another major Haley donor, Rita Hoffman, the billionaire co-founder of online business and employment platform LinkedIn, also does not plan to keep funding her campaign. Dmitry Melhorn, a Hoffman advisor, said in a statement to Reuters that Haley no longer had a path to the nomination. The only way I see a path happening is if Trump has a senior moment and she's able to exploit it to persuade GOP voters he's lost it, Melhorn said, which is possible and it is true. And I do think she should actually probably stick around, even though she doesn't campaign at all, because, again, something could happen to Trump. He could be deposed, arrested, he could die, and where's the GOP going to be left there if there's literally no one else running for president? Maybe Donald Trump can put down his successor in his will. But, barring that, it's going to be very tricky to find another candidate. Because what does the RNC do? Do they just pick someone out of a hat? Do they pick someone who was running, but already dropped out? At that point, how do you even know that they still want the job? It would be a whole mess. So I think we just need someone to be next in line to carry up the mantle, like Frank Underwood did in House of Cards. But yeah, I think that this is a sign that Nikki Haley's campaign is about to end, right? There have been rumors that were simmering off and on for about a month or so that Ron DeSantis was losing donor support. And then, what do you know? When people who weren't paying attention to those rumors weren't expecting it, boom, he loses his support. So, he doesn't lose support, but he drops out of the race. So I do think that stuff like this is important to take. It's important to pay attention to, specifically. Excuse me. Specifically, because when you're running for president as your campaign, you're not holding down a job, right? You're not holding down a job. So what you have to do is, get paid. So this donor money is literally your salary, and if you lose that, then there's literally no reason for you to be running, because you're basically doing stuff for free, and this is a very expensive enterprise, running for president. So, I do want Nikki Haley to stick around, even though I don't really like her, just because I do think we need someone who is second in line. But, it's a shame that she is losing all of this support. But of course, I wish that Vivek Ramaswamy or DeSantis, stuck around longer. I really don't like being pigeonholed into only having Donald Trump as an option as a Republican, but it is what it is. And let's be honest, Trump probably isn't going to be that bad of a president. He might be, but he probably won't be. He wasn't the first time around, so we'll see. Very, very interesting developments. I'm starting to get dizzy following all of this stuff with the election. This is crazy. By the way, I've got these snacks which are called Good and Plenty. I messed up the P on this. But these snacks called Good and Plenty, they're not even good. I didn't know what it was necessarily. I assumed that they were like Mike and Ike's based on the design of the box, but they're not. Do you want the white pill or do you want the purple pill? But yes, so apparently these are like, wait, hold on. Do you want the white pill or do you want the purple pill? Oh my goodness. But anyway, so these are like licorice candies, I guess. But I mean, they ain't no Twizzlers. Something about them just seems off. And the texture is weird too. It's like if gummies were made out of cardboard. No hate to the people who like this, but it's just something about it just seems off to me. I mean, I could get used to it maybe, but why would I get used to something that I don't really like? I already did that with non-alcoholic beer, and I just went back to sparkling water at the end of the day. Oh man, hold on. I got some messages that aren't downloading. Let me check this. Okay, they're coming in. Oh, yeah, no, I don't. See, I was gonna eat some of these while voting for Streamer Awards nominees, but it's not good enough for me to do that, bro. It's just not it. Oh man. All right. So it is now time to vote for Streamer Awards nominees. Now, this past year, I don't think I've watched as many streamers as I have in the previous year. So unfortunately, I'm not going to be as familiar with these folks, I don't think. But I am just gonna, vote for the people that I like best in these categories. It'll be interesting to see who ends up winning. Here it is. Your submission will contribute towards deciding the final award winners. You can skip categories that you do not want to vote for. You can also come back later and update your submission. Voting will close on February 7, 2024. You're currently logged in as Not a Newbie Dude. That's good because that's me. Best Creative Arts Streamer. Best streamer to watch for art, music, food and drink, or makers in crafting content. Ari at Home. I'll have to pick Ari at Home. I actually don't know the others, but as soon as I saw Ari at Home's name, I was like, there's no one else that could be Ari at Home. I don't think. Like the only thing I think is like Mark Ruble, but like I don't think he streams on Twitch. I think BB Jess would be like a close second, but I think she's on Kick now, isn't she? Best MMORPG Gamer. Streamer has the most entertaining MMORPG content while playing games like World of Warcraft, New World, Final Fantasy, RuneScape, and so on. So Soda Poppin', SVN TV, Asmongold, and Maximum. Now, I don't really watch, World of Warcraft content, but I'm going to have to say Soda Poppin' because he made the OnlyFans guild. And I don't even watch World of Warcraft content, but that was thrilling to watch. I actually didn't finish all the stuff. I need to go back and finish some of the things, but like watching like what was it like Mizkif and like Emiru, I think it was, just like fail and then Soda Pop and rage at them was like hilarious. Like I almost want it to be like an annual thing, but I just know that Soda Poppin would age way quicker than he wants to if he ends up doing that. So, best strategy game streamer. Streamer that creates the best content while playing strategy games like Teamfight Tactics, StarCraft, Hearthstone, League of Legends, Dota, and the like. Why is chess not considered a strategy game? I'm a bit confused. I think I have to skip this. I don't even like watching gameplay of those games. Yeah, I'm gonna have to skip this. I mean, I know who Disguised Toast is, but I would feel wrong for voting for someone without watching their content. Oh, here's another strategy game. Best chess streamer. Brought to you by chess.com. Best streamer to watch for chess content. LOL Tyler 1. Tyler 1 does chess now? I thought he did League of Legends. Anna Kremling, Gotham Chess, and Botez Live. This is actually a tough one between Botez Live and Gotham Chess. I'm gonna actually have to say Gotham Chess though, because Botez Live I think has been less about chess lately. Like now I think, don't they do like, sometimes they do bikini streams, but also like one of the Botez sisters is like a DJ now, so they do like DJ mixes, which is really cool, but you know, it's not exactly chess. Best software in game development streamer that creates the best software and game development content. Doug, Pirate Software, Beetle 987, and Code Miko. Now, hold on. Why isn't Athene here? Athene should be here. Athene, I think, makes like the best AI. Like if we're talking about AI, and you know, I think I'll go with Beetle on this because Nurasama is like epic. Like, hold on. Have you seen the Cat in the Hat clip? Hold on, let me see if I can spell Nurasama correctly. Like this clip was hilarious. Bro, I had this on a loop. Yo, watch this.
The Cat in the Hat is a total nuisance, I agree. And he smells terrible too. I can't stand him. Don't you mean can't stand him? No, I mean I can't stand him. I just can't stand him. Get away from me, you horrible creature. Leave my shoes alone, you feline nightmare. Oh dear. I don't care what anyone else thinks. I hate the Cat in the Hat, and I will never forgive him for what he's done to me.
What he's done to you? What?
Seems a bit harsh to me.
A little.
You're siding with him. I knew you were in league with him. I'm out of here, chat. Chat can hopefully forgive you. I can't. I'll see you again when I have my revenge.
But why'd you make this sound like anime dialogue? What?
I never wanted to talk to you anyway. Goodbye. Bye-bye.
That's absolutely uncalled for. But that's the stuff that you get with Beetle, and it's awesome. But if you guys are not familiar with Athene literally has an AI thing. It's actually probably live right now. I could literally pull it up so that you guys can see. Let me see. Athene AI Heroes, yeah.
Payment on a spaceship to fly you to the moon.
Well,
and
literally,
let's talk about hood rats for a second. You know who's the biggest hood rat of them all?
It literally has
that Alex
just,
Jones character
you know,
from earlier, who's
AI replicas of all these people just going on an incessant
that's a hood
loop,
rat with a scaly tail.
non-stop,
and
you can just ask questions. It's very cool. I don't understand how Beetle loses to that. Now, I mean, it could just be me, but I don't understand how AI Athene, just doesn't beat that. That's ridiculous to me. Best fighting games streamer who creates the best fighting games content, playing games like Street Fighter 6, Super Smash Bros. Unlimited, and Melee, Mortal Kombat, Tekken 7, etc. I will have to hit skip on this. I don't watch any of these people. Best speedrun streamer that creates the best content while speedrunning games. So there's Liam, Squeaks, Virtual, and Distortion 2. I'm going to vote. Oh, the chat's finally popping up. Oh, hold on, let me see. If I went to, well, actually, I'll read your chats after I finish voting here. Okay, so I'm gonna vote for Squeaks because he's the only speedrunner that I've watched, but it is entirely possible that these other people have done better speedrun content than him. Just saying. Could just be a popularity thing because he's popular within the OTK community. So that's, how I found out about him. Hidden Gem. His award serves to highlight an amazing streamer with less than 100 average viewers during 2023. They are a hidden gem that deserves to shine. So we've got Gappy V, Everything Now Show, C. Anda Black, and Lena May. I don't know who these people are, but Everything Now Show I'm actually going to look up Everything Now Show and see if it's the kind of thing I would like. This is interesting. like kind of using this as a way to learn about new people. Everything Now show. What is Everything Now show? They have a YouTube channel. What? Bro, what is this? Brought to you by the producers of MSTK 3000.
It's Everything Now, an interactive comedy show on Twitch where you, the viewers, are in control, featuring special guests from all over the Twitch community and the Los Angeles comedy scene. Enter a variety of wild scenarios with colorful characters and help steer the story in whatever direction you want. You can vote in polls to make choices, submit images over Twitter and Discord. You can pay to play sound effects.
Road ends in 100 feet.
What the f***? It's your show too, friend. Hop on in and experience everything now.
Bro, this looks awesome. This looks like the love child of like Adult Swim and like, what's it called? Fish Tank Live. This is awesome. Very cool. Very cool. I'm voting for Everything Now show. That's awesome. Best Battle Royale streamer. Best streamer to watch playing Battle Royale games like Fortnite, Apex Legends, PUBG, Call of Duty, Warzone, etc. The two people I would pick here are not here. I don't watch that much Battle Royale content, but like okay, the two people I would pick are the two people I would pick are Ninja and Myth. I can see why they're not here, but it's like I'm just a bit disappointed that neither of them are here. I'm gonna pick Cypher PK because I do watch him from time to time, but I just don't watch much Battle Royale anymore, to be honest. I like watching TDM. Best FPS streamer. Most enjoyable streamer to watch first-person shooter games like Overwatch 2, Call of Duty, Valorant, Halo, and Counter-Strike Global Offensive, to name a few. So we got Super TF, S0, MCS, Tens, and Tariq. So I've never actually watched any of these people's streams. I think, isn't Tariq though on an actual like esports team? Because I think I saw him play. Did I see him play on a team? Oh yeah, he's on Sentinels. Did he play this year? I don't know if he played this year or not. I thought I saw him playing. No. Maybe it was Tens. I think I'm mixing it up with Tens. Yeah, Tens. I'm over for Tens because I saw him play in some esports. I was watching some esports like in the fall of last year. But there's this one dude who like was live streaming. What was it? The finals, like extremely consistently. I don't know if he's still streaming the finals now. I forget his name. Which is a shame, because he was like a pretty cool like streamer of let me see. I'm just looking through my account right now to see if I can find him. But yeah, I'm not seeing him. Is there a way that I can view history on Twitch? Maybe not. I'm trying to rack my brain, but I don't know his name. I'm sorry. I feel really bad. But yeah. I wish that he was on here. Shoot, it's like on the tip of my tongue. I just don't know what it is. All right, we've got the Rising Star Award. Didn't we just have a Rising Star Award? Oh, Hidden Gem. How is that different? Okay. This award goes to a streamer who was still on the rise and averaged under 1,000 viewers last year, but has the potential to be a lot more. For Nora Explorer, Handsome Fella, Mari, and Chibli. I don't know who any of these people are. Best roleplay streamer. So we've got streamer with the best role-playing content in games like GTA RP, Rust, VR Chat, Ark, Dungeons and Dragons, etc. So we got Phantom, we've got Agent Zero, you got Omi, we've got Lord Kibun. I haven't seen any of these people play RPGs. I'm gonna give it to Agent Zero. But I wish that Squeaks was here, because Squeaks, Valkyrie actually, because Valkyrie's been like RPing as like a McDonald's worker. That's interesting. And who was it? Who's the other? Squeaks did a entire roleplay where he was a parody of Vivek Ramaswamy, and he named this Vivek Ramaswamy, and he was running for mayor. That was really fun. Best Minecraft streamer. So we've got Tina, brought to you by Lunar Clients. I don't know what that is. Most enjoyable streamer to watch for Minecraft content. We've got Tina Kitten, we've got Foolish, we've got Quackity, we've got Tubbo. I'm gonna give it to Quackity. Quackity, he runs QSMP, so that's very cool. Now, I don't really speak English, so I don't watch the streams as much as I normally would. Look, I would actually give it to Tubbo, but the problem is, like, he kind of just went off the deep end with the whole sapnap situation, where he basically excoriated his friend for being very successful at his craft. Like, he got the big bag that every streamer wants to get, which is like get a huge signed deal to be on a streaming platform and just stream there. Sapnap signed a deal to get on Kick, and Tubbo threw a fit about it, and then hurled some like false accusations about like the platform or about like people like Destiny. It was super bizarre and weird, and came off as like the type of behavior that you would get from someone who is like a fake friend, where it's like, oh yeah, like, you're a great person until you do one thing that I disagree with, and now all of a sudden you're a bad person who was endangering lives by having your chat be on kick.com. You have a whole video about it, kind of explaining why his whole rant was stupid, but there's no way to spin it in a way that makes Tubbo look good necessarily, because so many of his arguments were invalid. Either he's like a fake friend who will turn on his friend as soon as the friend does one thing that he doesn't like, just like making him out to be a villain in front of your entire community, or B, he's just jealous that Sapnap got a big bag and Tubbo didn't. One of those two. Neither of those are great things, which is a shame, because I think that Tubbo is a great content creator, and I think that he's probably one of the funniest people from the Dream SMP, or like the Dream Team. But it just sucks when stuff like that. I think it makes it not as fun to watch your content, if that makes sense. I still tune into his stuff now and then, but it's not the same. So Quackity is, because QSMP is dope. Best IRL streamer. Streamer that creates the best IRL in real life content, such as vlogging, traveling, visiting places, etc. We've got Extra Emily, Jenny T, Papisan, and Rob CD. I'm gonna vote for Extra Emily, because the cringe moments that she creates are priceless. Stream game of the year, the best game to watch on stream during the past year because it was very entertaining, novel, fun to watch, interesting, etc. Okay, chat. I think I actually have one person in my chat right now. I'm going to read out these names. You ask me what you think I'm going to vote for here. It might surprise you, actually. But stream game of the year, we've got GTA 5. We've got Lethal Company. We've got Only Up. And we have Baldur's Gate 3. Out of all of these things, what do you guys think that I'm going to vote for? I'm actually going to go ahead and say it's Only Up. That game is so tense The game is so tense. It's like watching it, you will literally have more anticipation than you would like watching like any other game. It's insane. I've seen like Hassan play like horror games, and they're not as tense as watching Only Up. There's just something about it that will have your eyes glued to the screen, and watching the stream for 3 times as long as you would initially plan. So Only Up, that's what I have to give my vote for. Oh, so my voted Only Up. That's cool. For people who know me well, I think you would probably have a harder time guessing that, actually, because it's not the type of game I would play. So best shared channel, because 2 or more is better than 1. This award goes to collaborative or shared channel that offered the best entertainment this past year. Got Alvis Sanctuary, NMP LOL. Wait, NMP LOL is a shared channel now? That's actually very adorable. Cause by the way, like the Nick and Melina, like they are one of my favorite streamer relationships, and I don't really like being like, oh, that's a cool couple, like when it comes to content creators who stream, but like that is actually a very cool relationship dynamic that they have. I didn't know that they're favorite channel. That's cool. Botez Live in RDC Gaming. I'm gonna have to give it to Botez Live. I've actually seen. First of all, my wife said, "Who are these people?" Obvious Sanctuary is basically Maya Higa, but her response to being accused of covering up a sexual assault was to just start streaming live from an animal sanctuary while hanging out with the people who work there. I'm not joking, actually. Look it up. It's crazy. Maya Higa. Look up like Maya Higa and Ms. Kiff. I think they were calling it Twitchgate at the time. Just look it up. But so Obvious Sanctuary is the person who is most popular on there is Maya Higa. So you might know who she is. NMP LOL is Nick and Melina. Actually, there's a song in my intro music playlist that is literally just a remix of Nick and Melina moments. I guess it's not on here anymore. Maybe it got hidden. But yeah, anyways, just look up NMP LOL. There's some cool moments there. Botez Live with the Botez sisters. They are they're best known for playing chess. RDC Gaming is the RDC World people. You probably know them from their skits. They have some pretty funny skits. Hold on, let me see. RDC World. Yeah, here's an example. So it's these guys, but they stream together on Twitch.
Yeah! Doc, come on, bro. Don't do this, man. Don't do what, man? What y'all talking about? I just thought you're not about to go home, bro. What you finna do? I'm finna go home, take care of the fam, bro. What you mean I just got back, bro? Bro, John, we need you for playoffs, man. We 7-19.
7-19? What?
I know, bro. I'm saying I'm about to go home. John, it's all right, bro. Just let them make it, bro. So you feel like you niggas playing with me? Nobody did nothing to you, dog. What you talking about? I don't know, man. Some of them niggas didn't look happy for me after I hit that shot, dog. Everybody's Grizzly fans. They was hot. They lost. Yeah, we're good, John. We're good. You hit the game winner. Everybody's happy. Yeah, okay. You dropped 34. Okay. Nobody was playing with you. Okay. Bro, put that away, dog. Don't tell me you get no love, bro. Oh, don't do this, dog. Come on, man. Dog, please. Ain't nobody getting on live, bro. I was checking. I was checking to see if my girl's finna call me. Let me see. Check him, man. Check. This nigga on live, bro. Bro, come on, John. Bro, what are you doing? You just got back. You missed 25 games. Let them niggas know right now. I ain't no bitch. Bro, I ain't no bitch. Nobody said that. We go home.
I like how the one dude was just like, nobody said that.
Get on the plane. All right, I'm gonna do this basketball shit for a little bit more. Yeah, bro. Just cause I'm alright at that shit, bro. I'm gonna do this shit for a little more. All right. Nigga play with me one time, I swear. No, please. Nah, nigga, move, nigga. You 12 or something? Okay, I thought I was 12, nigga. Shit, what you talking about? Hey, y'all be easy, man. Y'all my brothers, man. Good seeing y'all.
What was that? Okay. But yeah, so that's who RDC Gaming is. It's those people. But I'm gonna have to give it to Botez Live because while they haven't done as much chess content lately, they still do chess. Plus they do the bikini streams. Plus they do the what's it called? The DJ streams. I don't watch bikini streams, but the fact that they do so many different types of content and it still works and they still have viewership, I think is certainly admirable. You don't really see much of that from the other streamers that I know of. Best content organization. Esports or content organization that has created the best content during the past year. No, this category is not subject to the hours streamed requirement. So we've got V Shoujo, Offline TV, AMP, and OTK Network. Okay, normally I would say OTK Network, but you know, between like of course you have the whole situation with the Twitchgate, which look that up. It's a crazy story. But AMP, bro, AMP. Please tell me how you're going to beat, you know, an org that on the 4th of July hosted they live streamed a fireworks war inside of what was basically an Airbnb mansion. Shot them inside the building and set the building on fire. Shot fireworks off of the roof. And then that wasn't enough. So later on in the year, they went and started a riot in New York by a metro station over PS5s and GameStop gift cards. Bro, there is no way that anyone else beats AMP for this category. Sorry, but not sorry. I'm putting the gauntlet down. AMP. All right. Best streamed series. The best recurring show, series, or repeat event of 2024. This award recognizes the best episodic live streamings. We got Name Your Price with Austin Show. We've got Schooled by Mizkif. Generation Lost, The Social Experiments, Rainbow Live, and Ordam Paranormal Tina Selbit. No, unfortunately, I didn't know about those last two. Generation Lost seems cool. I feel like it's probably something that would have been better than the others, but I've only seen stuff from Name Your Price, so I'm going to say Name Your Price. Mizkif is, there are multiple reasons why I don't really like Mizkif, but Schooled I think is just not as hype as it used to be from what I hear. Best streamed event. The most entertaining, interesting, or enjoyable single event streamed during the past year. So we've got why are like 3 of the 4 things OTK events, by the way? But we've got Creator Dodgeball World Championship by Ludwig. That one looked really interesting. I just never had the time to watch it. Sea Dog Charity Auctions, Sea Dog VA. I heard that was interesting. 7 Days In by Kai Cenat and Wild West by NMP Lol. Wild West was actually kind of boring. Like, maybe I tuned in at a dead time because I only tuned in like at one point, but I was just like, bro, they're playing hide and seek in a very big and wide open space. So like, it was just like very slow. There was like not much like tension or anything like that. I'm going to do 7 Days In though. 7 Days In, you know, there were some wild clips from that. It could be that the Creator Dodgeball World Championship was better, but I didn't get to see it, so. Best international streamer. The top streamer excelling in content creation for a global audience, specifically catering to an international or non-North American English-speaking audience. Selbit, Etoiles, Quackity, and Rivers_GT. Who is Etoiles? And man, I'm past my hard break, unfortunately. I gotta wrap this up real quick. Okay, he's a member of the QSMP. I'm gonna do Quackity because Quackity shouldn't have worded it like that. I'm gonna vote for Quackity because he ran the QSMP. So I gotta give him credit where credit is due. Best breakthrough streamer. You may not have heard of them before, but after this year, everyone knows their names. This award goes to streamer who has unprecedented growth and rose to streamer fame over the past year and has established themselves among the top streamers. We've got Black Boy Max. We've got JYNXZI. I don't know how to say that. Squeaks and Queso. Easily Squeaks. Ever since he hosted the last Streamer Awards, he just blew up. So, like, props to him for that. Best VTuber. Best streamer who uses a virtual avatar instead of a traditional face cam and creates the most entertaining content. We got Fillion, Iron Mouse, Vidal97, and SHX2OU. I've only heard of the middle two. I'm going to say Iron Mouse just because I think I've seen like a clip or two and it was funny. I haven't seen any non-AI clips from Vidal, I don't think. Actually, hold on. Wait, no, I did. I saw the roasting of the home setups, and that was actually pretty funny. So yeah, I'm gonna do Vidal. I'm gonna vote for Vidal on that one actually. Best just chatting streamer. Best streamer that regularly does just chatting content, such as conversing with chat, video commentary, reacting to the news, sharing and engaging stories, entertaining group activities, and the like. Will Neff? Yo! Bro. This guy, okay, this is awesome. I'm actually shocked that he's up there because his viewership is relatively low. But this dude is my favorite just chatting streamer by far. I think he actually might be my favorite streamer, period. The dude's insane. He is an amazing storyteller. The man is hilarious. And he also has some really interesting and engaging takes about the state of film. I wish he talked about TV shows because I'm more of a TV fan than a movie fan. And I would like to see him talk about more shows than just Game of Thrones and how awful that was. But this guy is a riot of... I'm voting for Will Neff. That dude's my favorite. Pay Money Wubby, Hasanabi, and Your Rage. Oh, we've also got Kai Cenat. These are actually generally all pretty good. Although I think the only ones I would question are Pay Money Wubby and Hasanabi, especially since Hasanabi's viewership is kind of down lately. But not to say that Pay Money Wubby is bad, by the way. I just don't find his streams the most interesting, but it could just be the times I'm tuning in as well. But Will Neff, bro. Will Neff is... I'm so glad that he's here. I hope he wins. I don't think he will, but I hope he wins. Best variety streamer. Best streamer that broadcasts variety content across multiple categories. We got XQC, Queso, Ludwig, Fuseli, and Seadog VA. This is actually a really tough one. You know what? I'm going to say XQC because what better content is there that you could possibly make as variety content than, doing the worm and, debating your ex-girlfriend who broke up with you, who was slandering you for, assault of various kinds and then trying to steal all your money. Like, bro, XQC, got to give it to him. The Sapphire Award, Best Female / Marginalized Gender. What? I'm sorry. Hold on. The okay. The best female / marginalized gender streamer of the year. This award recognizes a streamer who, like a sapphire. Who wrote this? Hold on. I'm just gonna say this, okay? This actually feels relatively sexist. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like if there was something like an award for men, and I'm just putting all the gender ideology aside, if you were gonna make an award for men, would you call it the Sapphire Award? I don't know. That just feels... Hold on. I didn't mean to click that. That feels oddly gendered somehow. It just seems weird to me. And something about it just seems weird. What is this? The female streamer of the year, I guess. The female asterisk streamer of the year. Okay, this streamer recognizes a streamer who, like Sapphire, is formed against the odds. I mean, I think it is nice that they're highlighting some women. It's not necessarily a bad thing, I don't think. In an industry where 97% of the top streamers are male, this award is dedicated to streamers who identify as female or a marginalized gender and have excelled in entertaining at the highest level this past year. We've got Lydia Violet, Valkyrie, Emaru, Extra Emily, and Fan. These are all really good, actually. It's actually really good. The only one of these people whose content I haven't watched is Fan. Lydia Violet, I think I used to watch some of her content, but I just grew out of it. I feel like, not that it's bad, but I think it's just not for me anymore, even though it used to be. Valkyrie is arguably my favorite female streamer as well. Although there's a female streamer I've come across recently who's like very cool. She doesn't do anything crazy, but like I think that people underestimate just straight up vibes. Oh, Sandwich I've been watching a bit of recently. People underestimate vibes when it comes to streaming. It's not necessarily something concrete, but I think it's something very important. Hasanabe is like what you would call like negative vibes, I think. Where I like if you say anything he doesn't that disagrees with him slightly in the chat, you might get banned, or he might just start raging at you, and calling you like a piece of human filth or something. But there are like other streamers who they just have like a really great vibe about them. They come off as very like warm and welcoming and chill. They don't take things super seriously. They crack jokes. They don't get easily butthurt. They have thick skin. And I think most of these people have that type of vibe, like Extra Emily, Lydia Violet, Valkyrie. I haven't seen as much of Emaru's stuff, so I can't really speak as much to her, as much to her personality. But like, I mean, she does do some good content though. But this is a really tough one. Not gonna lie, but I'll have to give it to Valkyrie though. I will say this about Lydia Violet though. Her setup is pretty cool. I've never seen anyone with a setup like hers. So that is cool. League of Their Own. The streamer is a pioneer that creates one-of-a-kind content with their creativity and out-of-the-box thinking. They are a trailblazer in the streaming industry today. Someone who relies on themselves for their content ideas and is genuinely in a league of their own. This is actually a tough one. I only know who Extra Emily is. I don't know who Cardboard Cowboys, and I don't know who Hitches. I don't know who Big Boss Bose is. But Extra Emily, I don't think does anything that is necessarily out of the box when it comes to formatting. What's out of the box for her is her sense of humor. But actually, now that I think about it, no, I should vote for her still. Because that'd be like saying that like Eric Andre is not a unique late night talk show host. Because it's a normal format that he uses, but his sense of humor is just bonkers and off the wall. So if I would consider Eric Andre to be an out of the box late night talk show, then like Extra Emily is an out of the box streamer. So got Gamer of the Year. Streamer has extraordinary gaming abilities and has performed exceptionally at a variety of games over the past year. No matter what game they're playing, he's had to watch. There's Clicks, there's Jinx, JYNXZI, Kaide, Shroud, and Tarek. I'm actually going to have to go with... no, it's tough. I'm not going to vote for Clicks. I was going to vote for Clicks. I will say this. It's very cool to see the success he's gotten. He moved into like a penthouse or something. Or like a really, really, really nice apartment over the past year. He's managed to stay relevant for longer than I think most Fortnite streamers do, which I think is very, very impressive. In a game like that, it's very hard to sort of stick, but he figured out how to do that. I'm impressed by that, but I think Shroud is probably just the best gamer on here, so I got to give it to him. Streamer of the Year, the very last award, the best overall streamer of the past year. They saw great success in entertaining content, elevated the brand, and in general left their mark on viewers. I know who JYNXZI is. I have no idea who that is. Queso. I've never seen Queso's content, I don't think. Quackity, Kai Sinat, and Iron Mouse. You know what? I'm going to give it to Kai Sinat, actually, because, bro, with the whole, all the AMP stuff, like, the PlayStation riots alone was, I think, is enough to give him this. But he also did the whole jail thing. He also did the 4th of July thing. Like, bro, got to give it to him. But I'm going to go ahead and submit these. And it is what it is. Those are my votes. Now, I'm a bit curious to see who you guys voted for. If you guys have voted or you disagree with any of my votes, let me know in the comment section below. I'll be interested to hear your feedback. If there's anyone I'm dead wrong on, I would love to hear what you guys think. I guess I'll watch the Streamer Awards when they happen now to see if I ended up being right. I hope that Will Neff wins the award for just chatting, because I think he deserves that. But anyways, unfortunately, I am well over my time. I have to wrap this stream up. Hold on, let me see here. Yeah, there we go. But before I go, I do want to just speed run through these chats right here. If I went to the USA as an illegal immigrant, I get paid. Heck yeah. I'm not sure if you do, actually. I think you do. You might, but I'm not 100% sure. The best AI is AI girlfriends, LOL. No, absolutely not. Is it crazy you want to go to work at 5 a.m. if you're a college instructor? Not necessarily. I think it actually is probably beneficial because there are some classes that happen early in the morning. So you might be in demand. If you are the type of person who wants to wake up at early, then that might help you get some jobs, actually. You should bring that up in your job interviews. AI going to war about cat, and that is hilarious. It is. I don't know who these people are. I don't know who many of these people are either. I actually know who more of them were than I thought I would, so I was impressed by that. Oh, fun fact, there was an essay assault from Canada's World Juniors, and 5 hockey players have been arrested from that moment. I did not know about that. If you follow 5 players got arrested, I did not know about that. Put that in my react request, and I'll react to it later on the stream, because very interesting. But anyways, I do have to sign off. Sorry for the shortness of the stream. But thanks everyone for tuning in, and I will see you guys in another stream. By the way, join my Discord if you want to influence the type of content that I react to and cover on the stream. Oh. Also, I have an On-The-Be gaming channel where I upload gaming segments from my streams. I have a Bro SMP segment, or series I'm doing right now, where I have a SMP where it's just me and my siblings and maybe one other person. We'll get to that in the next episode of the Bro SMP. Also, make sure to check out the On-The-Be Highlights channel, where I upload clips and videos from my streams 3 times a week, on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. You don't want to miss that. But yeah, pretty much all that I got. Peace out, y'all.